Hi guys, it's me and welcome to the vlog you've all been waiting for. So the Ren Fair. I wrote some notes because I wanted to talk about it and not forget anything. The Ren Fair was on Saturday for Bambi's birthday. Everyone say happy birthday to Bambi in the comments. First time going to the Ren Fair, so I had some input from one of my coworkers who has been to the Ren Fair many times. She gave me a map and some notes and everything on it, and it was fantastic and incredibly helpful. Thank you. If you do watch my videos, I am forever grateful. This is the map that Maddie drew on for me. It was well used. It did get damaged during the visit, but I did use it, as you can see. But yeah, they had all sorts of food and actors. The actual Renaissance Fair. So the first thing is it took us an hour and a half to get there. Hello everybody and welcome to today's vlog. I might look a little bit different today because today we are actually going to the Ren Fair, as I mentioned in my previous video. I'm in the car waiting for Peyton. It's almost 9 a.m. They open at 10. It's about an hour away. So we're gonna stop and get some stuff and then be on our way. We didn't get there for some time. I don't even remember what time it was when we got there. So for an hour and a half, I forced Peyton to listen to my sea shanties the whole journey over there. When we got there, we had to wait in this really long line to park. But I would like to say this Ren Fair has been around for 20-something years, I think, and they have quite the system. As parking and flow of people goes, we wait in line to park, but once it was our turn, it was like, all right, go, okay, go, okay, go, okay, go. And we parked to the gate. Wasn't even that far of a walk. Luckily, we got pretty close, even though we were late. We walked to the gate, and then we had to wait. In inverted line, it like wove like this. And then once we got up to the gate, like they split us into smaller lines, and then they scanned our ticket and let us in the gates.
Scent coming up. It almost smells like fruit. Strawberries and some sort.
Up above there was like actors that were like heckling the crowd a little bit. We got inside, it's like this old medieval town kind of sprung up like around you. Like all the buildings are like that style, everything's really stylized. There's lots of actors and actresses dressed up in time period clothing, which was awesome. When we first got there, Bambi and Peaches had beat us there. They were at the glass blowing demonstration, so we caught up with them there. We like did the whole hi, how you doing, mingle. The first thing we did after that was Bambi wanted to get alcohol. Now, I don't drink very much or very often anymore, but it is required when you go to the Ren Fair. To one of the local pubs, we got a mixed drink, and so did Brett. I decided that I needed to try mead for the first time ever in my life. The mixed drinks came in a glass like this big. Probably about that big. Right? It's okay. Pretty decent size. I was thinking they were giving me a thing of mead that size. No, they gave me a thing of mead this size. So $6 for like a little shot glass worth of mead. But it was pretty good, like flavor-wise. It was like black raspberry or something like that. But I wish there was more of it. So that's a note for me next time. Stick with the mixed drinks because they give you more. From there, we started wandering and we ran into the falconry show. There was so many different birds. There was like hawks and owls, and they even had vultures.
Here he comes. Run, Forrest. And he's going to spray nicely, though.
The owls were really cool. They had one of the egress. I'm gonna put the word here, but it's like the biggest owl, and he was awesome.
Grudge against you for something you've done, or something they think you've done. Good job.
There was this vulture. He was black vulture, and they let him out of the little castle that they had all the birds flying out of, and he started hopping around on the grass, and it was adorable. This little hoppy guy. After wandering again, we found this big building, and it said the Greyhound Guild, and we were like, what's over there? And we saw these big greyhounds in silly little outfits, and we were like, what? If you guys know me personally, you know that I've been really obsessed with like the Greyhound Whippet genre of dog for a little bit. We had to go pet them. The Greyhound Guild. So what it is the promotion of adoption of retired racing greyhounds. So if you are able to house a greyhound, I will put information about these guys in the link below because this is awesome. I didn't even know we had like one of these in Arizona until I went to the Ren Fair. So Greyhound Guild, the dogs there, they were all retired racing greyhounds. And they were just able to sit there and pet them and hang out with them. Little old ladies, the one that I was hanging out with was like 10 years old. She was adorable. She drooled on me a little bit, but she was great. Greyhound Guild, I'll put the information below if you are interested in adopting a greyhound or even donating to their cause. We stopped by the Wildman show. Didn't stick it through the whole thing because we got a little stir crazy and we're like, all right, let's go. Watched most of it and then we skedaddled. For the Wildman show, we lost Bambi while we were going through the shops. There was so many shops and all of the stores had like fabulous wares. Basically, if there was a stage, between that stage there was shops, a food place, shops, and then another stage. It was fabulous. You want a sword? I do. I want to be evil, I do. All of the people who own the shops there though are like artisans, like they make it themselves. It's all handmade, it's all quality. There was like mugs that were wooden, that were carved. There was candles and tea and anything you can imagine was there. Of course, me. So I bought this. This is a wand. The place I bought this from had a bunch of different wands. They had all the Harry Potter ones. They had some from different games. But this one, they called it the Da Vinci. Singing out to me now, it's wood. It's a wooden wand. But it like has some weight to it. It's pretty nice. It's very hand painted. And I bought this holster. It's snug in there. It's not gonna fall out. It has a little loop on it so I can attach it to my belt, which I did. I love it. I know you're probably thinking, what am I gonna use it for? Cosplay purposes, D&D, maybe a little witchcraft on the side. Anything that I can wear this to, I'm taking it because I love it. I didn't get a wand, a card for the wand shop. They were very nice. The gentleman that was running it was super nice to me and helped me out. And he was busy, so I give him credit for that. A couple other shops. We stopped by this one. Oh, which way does it go? That way. We stopped by this shop for just a second. He's just a little artist. We didn't buy anything from him, but he has some really cool art prints if you're into like mushrooms and like magical, whimsical stuff. At that point, we were getting hungry, so we went to lunch. They had a bunch of different like food places. We ended up stopped at the King's Kitchen. I was told to go to the Queen's Kitchen, but we ended up at the King's Kitchen, which I'm glad we did because they had baked potatoes. These baked potatoes were $5 a piece, but $5 is not that much considering how much other things were. It's like $12 for a sandwich or this or that or whatever, so we were like $5 baked potatoes. They were pretty good. And as you guys know, I don't really eat a lot of meat. The baked potato originally it came with cheese, sour cream, and bacon. It was like, can I make a request? No bacon on my baked potato. She's like, well, I only have 2 baked potatoes left for the whole day. And I was like, perfect, we'll take both of them, just one with no bacon. It's like, yeah, and so they did that for me. And as somebody who has like different dietary restrictions, I think that's fantastic. They were able to alter it for me, even though it's just a small request just to leave the bacon off. So if you go to the Ren Fair and you want something but you want to like modify, don't be afraid to ask. All they can say is, no, we can't do that. Also got frozen lemonades, which I accidentally got. I meant to get in the line for like a soda, but I ended up in like the slushy line. So we got frozen lemonades. After lunch, we started walking again. We were trying to get to archery. Peyton really wanted to shoot an arrow. So we were walking, came across this small little building, which I found out later was supposed to be like Mother Goose. I got to hold a goose. Now, I've never held a goose before. I sat down and the lady just kind of like plopped her on my lap like you would like a cat. Like, here's a goose. And I was like, wow, that's a whole goose. So I was just petting her. And her neck and head area started like quivering a little bit, like shaking. I was like, oh, is she okay? Is she scared? And we found out, did you know that geese purr? They don't have like the vocal cords to make the noise, but that little shaking of the head is their version of purring, letting you know they're happy. So she was happy to be pet and have all the attention. And her tongue in her mouth, like she had her mouth open just a little bit and it was just, yeah, purring. I didn't know. I learned that. And then after that, we were walking. We finally get to the archery. Now, I learned afterwards, you know, first time mistake, I guess. Peyton wanted to do archery, so they had a thing where it was $3 for 6 arrows or $6 for 12 arrows. And they just handed you a bundle of arrows. So for Peyton, I was like, all right, I'll get you 12 arrows. So we got the bundle of arrows And we went to they sent us off to the side where they have like, basically like cubicles, where there was a bow, and then in front of it was a target, off in the distance. The arrows in the holder, and Peyton was trying to figure it out. There was nobody to like instruct us, but there's no way they could because of how many people were there. There was so many people. We found out that you were supposed to notch the arrow onto the string and then fire it. They weren't sharp arrows. They were just like sharp enough to dig into the hay bale that we were shooting at. It was kind of a fun little thing. I don't know if I'd do it again, but you know, we tried. There was a man dressed as a living statue. If you don't know what a living statue is, they dress up so they look like a statue and they hold completely still unless you tip them, or some of them will like talk and stuff anyways and then like pose as a statue. That was one of those. He was dressed up, he had like a big beard that was like a prosthetic, and he was all gray, and he stopped us. We were just walking and Peyton was wearing a kilt. He got so many compliments on that kilt. He stopped us and said, "You need a picture with the statue." And we were like, "Oh, okay." The guy stopped another guy and said, "Hey, can you take a picture of these two with the statue?" And the guy was like, "Yeah." Unfortunately, he didn't take very good pictures, so I'm not gonna post them, but I have them for memories. Pictures with that guy, he was really nice. He was telling us all sorts of facts. And then we were looking at the map and we realized there was a petting zoo. Now, I know it's meant for kids, but sucker for animals. So we went up to the petting zoo. There was a ton of people in the little petting zoo area. They had hand sanitizer set up like right in the entrance. They were like, "Make sure you stay safe." But they had so many animals. They had a goose that some lady thought was a swan. We didn't correct her, but it's a goose. They had a pen of goats. Buy treats and like feed the goats, but I didn't get the treats, but we walked inside and I pet the goats. After the goats, if you walked around, there was a mini donkey. Her name was Fiona. She was kind of far away so we couldn't actually pet her, but she was really soft looking. And they had a pig that the sign said it was a mini pig. I don't know if it was actually a mini pig. She was just having a great time just digging in the straw and the hay and the sawdust, like all of her bedding, just like digging. Walked around and they had a unicorn, but the line was too long, so we didn't wait for the unicorn. Inside the building, they had rabbits. Past that, there was a mama goat and her baby Cash, who was just born a little while ago, and he was super cute. Oh, baby goats. At that point, we decided, yeah, that's enough. So we left. Kind of the fun of the Ren Fair though is like you're on your own time. You decide how long you're at the thing. So we started walking towards the jousting tournament. Mind you, we were up here and we needed to get all the way over here. So it was a bit of a walk. We stopped at a few places on the way. We went in a few shops. We had a bathroom break, which were at these privies, is what they call them at the Ren Fair. Finally got like on the final stretch to the jousting match when I saw the thing that I was looking for the entire time, which was hair sticks. If you don't know what a hair stick is, it's a stick that you stick up to hold your hair in like a bun. It's supposed to be better for your hair because it doesn't have like the tension of it like an elastic. Also more of like a natural thing. I have wanted one for so long. I was using a chopstick like around my house. I would just take a chopstick and put it in my hair. Those have gone missing because I used them as a hair stick. Go figure, they're probably in a bag somewhere. I finally found hair sticks. This is the business card for the shop I got them from. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. But it's an Etsy seller. I'm not gonna show up very well. I'll put it down below because it's kind of hard to read on this tiny business card. This is the hair stick I bought, and it is lovely. It's got this little gem on the top. It's hand carved, it's wood, it's beautiful. It works very well when I can get it up there. I'm still learning, so it's not the best. I'll try and do it real quick for you guys. But you pull all your hair back, or as much as you want to pull back, and you make kind of like a ponytail. And you take your hair stick, and it's up. And it's up. So that's how you use the hair stick. I've been learning, so I'm getting better at it like every time I do it, so there's that. But yeah, I wanted one from the Ren Fair that's actually like a hair stick and not just a chopstick. So when I saw her shop, I was like, we have to. And then we stopped and we got drinks. I got an iced tea. I think Pink got Sierra Mist. When we got to the joust, we walked in and there was a shaded side and there was the sun side. We expected it to be cloudy all day, but the sun came out, and so we were sitting on the like in-between side. We were like, oh, we'll sit here and we'll wait for Bambi, because we were supposed to meet up with her at the joust. Sitting there and people kept filing in and they kept getting closer to 5, and we were like, what is going on? Where's Bambi? Turns out she was there the whole time. I texted her when we got there and said, we're at the joust, we're over here. And I didn't hear anything. And so she called me, she's like, where are you? And I said, I'm here at the joust. I texted you. And she said, oh, I tried to send you a text, it didn't work. We're over here on the other side. So me and Peyton had to run our way down those stairs around and find our group of friends on the other set of bleachers. So we found them and worked our way up and sat down. That's the first time we'd seen each other since we first went to the falconry show. It turned into more of like our own adventures, which, you know, it happens. But it was a pretty good day. I think everyone had a good time. Bambi bought some stuff too, that she showed me when we got there. And sat through the joust. It was the joust to the death. So just a little warning, it's a little violent, but I'll post the clips I got here. I also made a video on TikTok, so if you don't follow me on TikTok, go check that out of the joust. It was a good time. I'll put a link down below if I can.
Now, as your lady of chivalry, I must first begin this tournament by speaking to every single one of you gathered here, especially those who are faint of heart or with small child.
Got the crowd into it. We were the baddies. We had a great time there. The joust. It makes me feel like I want to go see more jousting, but I'm trying to decide if it's a little redundant so early, so close to the Ren Fair. Afterwards, we stopped at a little stand where they had jerky and pickles. Bambi had been talking about these giant pickles from last year. I was like, I need to try these giant pickles. We stopped and we waited in line, and we got up there and I bought a giant pickle, which was, it was a big pickle. After toasting Bambi with my pickle and her pickle, we started the long walk back to the front entrance gate, which I highly recommend getting like the pickle or the jerky to snack on your way back. It's just kind of refreshing. It's a good little wind down from the day. The sun was setting It was about 5:40 at this point, went our separate ways from Bambi and went to our car. Somehow we managed to get out of there faster than Bambi, and we were on the freeway on the way home by the time she finally got on the freeway. So on our way home, we stopped and we got some takeaway because I was so tired. It took so much out of us just walking around in the sun and talking to all the people and seeing all the things. Exhausted. We got some dinner, we came home, we ate our dinner, we watched some TV for a minute, and went straight to bed. We were wiped. The next day, I was so dehydrated, it was crazy. Some advice as somebody going to their first time. First thing, drink water. If you don't bring your own water, buy a water bottle. Drink water while you're there. Second thing, sunscreen. I applied sunscreen heavily before we left and then reapplied throughout the day. In fact, it's right here. This is the sunscreen that we were using. It's SPF 50 Sport. It worked great. I brought this into the park like this, in my bag. Nobody stopped me, it was fine. Sunscreen. Third thing, and this is what Maddie told me as well, and I fully agree with it now. Take your time, just walk, see what you come across, enjoy yourself. You know, if there's a show you really wanna see, plan on being there a couple minutes early, you know, walk over there. But listen to yourself. If you need to take a break, sit down, take a break. We took so many breaks. We just sat down at a table in the shade, stood under a tree, talked to a random person. We got stopped by a drunk lady looking for the bathrooms when the bathrooms were right behind us. Just take your time. Enjoy everything as you're going. Don't rush. Don't force yourself to be somewhere. If you are thirsty, get yourself a drink. If you're hungry, get yourself a snack. It's not expensive. It's expensive overall. Like for the whole day, I think we spent like $100. Listen to yourself. Be aware of yourself. I know it's exciting. I know it's fun, but you come first. We had a wonderful time. We had a great time. We are gonna go again, probably next year, but if we can make it before it closes in April, then we'll probably go again. We had a great time, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I highly recommend going to the Ren Fair if you have one in your area, or coming to the Arizona one. It's great. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a like down below, or comment something you think I should go back and see. Or if there's more you want to see next time I go, I can record it, so let me know. If you want to see more content from me, please give me a subscribe. Like I said, we're almost 50 subscribers. I think we need like 2 more people. You could be one of those 2. And I will see you guys in the next one.